Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Grace Hollow Rabbitry. I am PJ, and in case you are new to my rabbitry channel, I am located in Northwest Arkansas. I raise New Zealand. Currently, I am raising black, blue, broken, red, and I got a little side project going on, playing with some chocolates. Chocolates are not a ARBA recognized variety. It's just something that I'm doing for fun. Currently, what I have are still crossbreeds. The ones that are producing are chocolate, 50% New Zealand, quarter Rex, and quarter satin. The ones that are growing out to be bred are 75% New Zealand. They are black, but they carry the loop. They'll be bred together. They will produce more 75% New Zealands, and some of them will be chocolate. I'll keep those chocolates, and we'll do that process again. We'll breed them back to a black New Zealand. Then we'll have, 88% New Zealand at that point, or something like that. I'm doing it off the top of my head in memory instead of doing the math. Anyway, we're not here to talk about rabbits today necessarily. However, before I do get started, many times, especially non-rabbit people, will ask me, "You got a lot of rabbits. What do you do with all the waste? What do you do with all that manure?" Well, this is it. I like to garden. Originally, 25 years ago, that was the reason I got rabbits, was because I wanted the manure for fertilizer. And then it just grew from there. I got into showing, and the rest, as they say, is history. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about the garden. And please excuse my yard and my mess. I have not done a whole lot out here for the last couple years. This year I got remotivated, and so I am trying to get things maintained and brought back up to par. But in the meantime, please bear with me. However, the last few days, I have done a lot of work out in the yard. And then yesterday, Daddy J and I both got out here and we worked all day tirelessly on the garden to get it going. So let's talk about the garden. First thing you're going to see is this wild and crazy onion. This thing has been here for a couple of years now. Each year it goes to seed and it comes back. This thing is old, it's tough, but it's still tasty. It works great for cooking, and if you chop it up finely, then it's great in potato salad or salads or something like that too. So we eat on this frequently. And then here's a pepper, or it's supposed to be a red bell pepper. And then here is a cucumber. This is a volunteer cucumber. Daddy J has been nursing it, and he put this cage up to try to get it to grow up the cage. It's looking pretty good. I put some rabbit manure around it yesterday and done a little more lift on it. And then we have some more peppers. These are kind of sad looking peppers right now. I'll be honest, Daddy J got them at clearance for $1. And so they're a little yellow, a little wilty. But I tell you what, they look better than they did when we got them. So I think they might survive, and I think they might turn out. Down here at the end is still an empty space. And I'm trying to decide if I want to plant cantaloupe or if I want to use this space and plant green beans. Now if we move on right along down to the end of this, you'll see my calla lily bed. And yesterday I was playing with the dogs. I rolled their big red ball, and when I did, it went right over my calla lily and knocked it down. So I got a little fence over it to try to hopefully revive it. I don't think it broke it. I think it just kind of bent it and bruised it. But I put a cage on it. Hopefully that'll help. And I don't remember if I planted kale in here a couple years ago or what, but we keep having kale come up, and that's okay because I love to steam kale, so we will steam it and eat it. Now this fall, I do hope to dig up the bulbs because we got a cluster here, which this is a different color. We got a cluster here, that's a color, and then somehow only one of my pink ones survived. So hopefully it'll propagate and give me more bulbs. I don't know, but hopefully I'll get some more of those. If not, I'll just have the lone little pink one. A couple of years ago, I had raspberries and blueberries growing in pots. Well, all the ones in the pots have died. Well, we have one that I should have showed you that back there. Anyway, they all died, but they propagated and they took over the corner of this bed. And so now I have at least a dozen raspberry plants here, and they're just kind of wild and crazy. So this fall, I want to cut these back, dig them up, and since they do so well in this bed, I want to spread them out and let them propagate and take over this entire garden bed here. But in the meantime, again, Daddy J got this watermelon on clearance, and it looked pretty rough. I honestly wasn't even sure it would survive, but we've planted it. It's looking pretty good. It's looking better. It's not looking good, but it's looking better. And it bloomed, so it might hang on. And then I have some tomatoes. These are mostly my cherries here. I've got a yellow teardrop, and then I got a black cherry, and then I have a large red cherry, and then these two on the end are my Jubilee orange slicers. Okay, and then over here, this bed's still sparse. We've got it weeded, and then we torched it, and so now we need to bring in some rabbit manure and get this bed prepared and then get it planted. I'll probably plant some small things in here, some greens and some lettuces, or something that doesn't take very long to grow. Maybe some squash. I know they get big, but they grow fast. And then over here, I have more tomatoes. These are my slicers. This first one is a new species to me. It is a sweet cluster. And then these four are early girls. And then this is my, oh, there's Percy. Hello, Percy. Say hello. Now that boy is my boy. He is a registered Labradoodle. He is brown, and if a dog can be your soulmate, yeah, he's my dog's soulmate. He is so perfect. He walks with me, he runs with me, he hikes with me, he does everything with me. He's my, well, and then there's my new girl. Look, anyway, this is my strawberry bed, and it's fallen apart. It needs some maintenance. So what me or Daddy J or both of us are going to do is pull up this front bed here. I'd like to extend it out by at least another foot to make this bed wider, and then rebuild it with some bigger rocks, more sturdy rocks, and then fill it in with more rabbit poop, and then hopefully that will repair that bed. And for some reason, strawberries will not grow in this corner. I've planted them there and they die. They will come up and they die. They just won't grow there. And so hopefully by digging that out, refilling it with rabbit manure, hopefully that'll repair that bed, and we will have a bigger strawberry bed here, I hope. These things started out with 10 plants, probably 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, somewhere around there. And they just keep coming back, and each year I get more and more, but then they die off and new ones come. They'll spurt out down here, and I have to pull them up. So anyway, I want to extend that bed and make it bigger. All right, and so like I said, this is my new girl. Her name was Tulip when she was offered to me, and I met her, and I thought, well, I don't think she looks much like a tulip. I think she looks like a cookies and cream. And so I had decided to call her Cookie, and her breeder worked with her and taught her her new name. And then I went and picked her up last week. Come on, Cookie. Come say hello to the camera. Anyway, I went and picked her up last week, and since spending this week with her, me and Daddy J both feel that she feels more like a fancy to us instead of a cookie. And so now we were debating on whether to change her name again to Fancy Girl or Fancy, because she's such a fancy girl. She is AKC registered, and she is all poodle. She's not Labradoodle, she's poodle. But we're considering naming her Fancy. While the air conditioner kicked on, you're not going to be able to hear me. I'm going to slowly walk off, but that is a good time for me to end the video and say thanks for watching. Until we speak again, God bless.